In every Canadian city, there are peaceful roads, defensive drivers, and thousands of people trying to do their best behind the wheel. But there is also an ugly monster hiding around every corner. The beast known as the uneducated driver. If left unchecked, this cold-blooded terror will eventually crash into your neighborhood and wreak havoc on every turn.
Here on the nation's scariest motoring show, we try to slay the dragon of unsafe car handling by teaching the nation's lousiest license holders the art of safe vehicle maneuvering. Those who do well at our rehabilitation center get to graduate and go home. Those who do poorly, though, stick around for more training.
You guys know it's me in there, right? You see me? Don't be scared. It's just me. At the beginning of this, our 12th season... Robert. Don't worry, it's me. At the beginning of this, our 12th season, there were 8 people here, all... Sorry about this. All trying to not receive this trophy. Now, only 3 people remain. And it's those 3 people right over there. Those three right there! Light them up! And at the end of this, our final episode of the year, one of those people will receive the embarrassing title
Canada's worst driver. Blah, 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 blah.
The finalists for Canada's Worst Driver are Daniela, a nervous driver who can't find the courage to get on the highway by herself. Tyler, a reformed drunk driver who has trouble staying focused on the task at hand. And Crystal, a cell phone addicted millennial who insists on driving recklessly. Their first challenge in this final episode is to do a forward and reverse slalom in less than 45 seconds. It's an annual challenge that we call
3 in a car, because, well, we put all 3 finalists in a car. I'll show you how it's done. Oh, I come out of the gates hot because I want to get up there as fast as possible. Man, this car is a boat. Woo-hoo.
This car is our 1972 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and she gets a little squirrely in reverse.
Have I got myself lined up? Not bad. Drivers are gonna have to keep their wits about them and not get this thing rocking a whole lot, because she wants to rock when she comes back. Whoop. Don't hit anybody, look where you wanna go, keep your line relatively tight. That's a pretty wide one. And then get lined up. This is where you're gonna see the bad drivers screw up by getting greedy and trying to rush. I like to come through the end slowly. I still have enough time. Punch it. Time!
My time leaves just 1 second to spare.
Now, let's see if Canada's worst drivers have learned enough to pass our 3 in a car challenge. Who wants to go first?
Tyler.
Tyler does agree to go first.
The 3 in a car challenge is on.
Look in the hole, look in the hole. Look where you want to go.
Tyler looks good on the forward section,
Holy man.
but on the reverse, he doesn't know where to look, which makes his speed drop and his steering erratic.
He's spinning like an owl.
That's former highway cop Cam Woolley. All season long, Cam, with our panel of experts, has been watching and judging every move made by Canada's worst drivers.
Yeah, look the way he's spinning his head around. It looks like an exorcism.
Next to Cam is Philippe Letourneau, Shamila Kiru, and Tim Danter.
He should be looking back to the space.
At the end of this episode, these 4 experts will help me decide who will take home the title Canada's worst driver. On his next 7 attempts,
Yes. Awesome.
Tyler's crazy head movement creates wild steering, and that either forces him to stop or creates an impact or slows him down so much he comes through the final gate too late.
49! Tyler's 9th run. Off to the races.
On his 9th attempt, Tyler's fast and clean going forward.
There's no way I will ever do this.
Seconds. You can do it.
That's Jana, Tyler's wife.
Come on, Tyler.
This is totally the one. He's got 10 seconds remaining.
Oh my God. You're so good. So good. Keep going. Keep going.
Don't hit anything, Tyler.
Yeah! Yeah! Did you feel it? He did so good.
Yeah! Woo! Yes!
Tyler passes our 3 in a car challenge.
I'm so happy.
You're so good.
Okay, you're next.
Yeah.
Daniela is indeed next.
Hit it, punch it.
Shut up!
Daniela needs positivity and encouragement, but
Oh my God, we're gonna die.
Crystal's being completely negative, and
Just do it. Who cares what happens?
she's even laughing at Daniela's mistakes.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Oh.
That laugh was the last straw. Tyler's had enough, and he gets Crystal to switch seats with him.
Why do you want to sit in the middle, Tyler? Because I can give her more confidence.
Good.
Give her some more support.
Good for you, Tyler.
Sorry. And get you
Off, Tyler, don't touch me. I'm really mad about that.
That's Chantal, Daniela's sister. Steven here is Crystal's brother.
I'm really angry.
Jana is so angry, she stands up for Daniela.
I don't want to hear anybody laughing at Daniela.
Why don't you shut the up? Yeah, why don't you shut the up?
Oh my God. Make it stop.
Can we try to keep a
You
modicum
know
of
what? Can you
decorum?
off? Because you
Like-
did that on purpose, you piece of.
Don't call me names
I can
either.
call you whatever the I want.
You can
Shut
if you
the
straight. What a poor,
You know what?
This is way over the top. I've never seen anybody like this on the show in my 6 seasons here.
I haven't seen anyone like this in 12 seasons here. Crystal's got to get out of the car. On her next 5 attempts, Daniela doesn't do particularly well. In fact, her driving is terrible.
Sorry. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Oh.
Don't hit that.
But then, the planets align and Daniela puts together a good, fast, clean run.
Here we go.
I got this. I think this is the one.
She's back at the arch without hitting anything.
Yeah! Yes!
Daniela passes.
I'm so happy. I've never been so proud of you ever.
Crystal still wants to do her drive. But no one wants to offer their support.
Time doesn't start until you get going, so you can get your front bumper as close as you want.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
good.
and then when you
Let's
gotta
just
make-
do this.
Don't say it while we're driving.
I'm
Let's
already
just
saying
do
it.
Saying it behind the wheel is something that Crystal has done consistently while in rehab.
Get.
No!
And not once has it produced a positive result.
Get.
And on our course today,
Sorry.
Crystal's attitude has created the usual results.
No. Sorry. Whatever.
If it was based on just this challenge, Crystal would be Canada's worst driver.
Is it possible, though, that you're a little bit deluded as to how safe your driving skills actually are? Is it possible?
Maybe. I'm not that bad, though.
When we come back,
Slow and steady wins the race,
it's our annual
Mega Challenge! Oh, so close!
Canada's worst drivers have completed rehab. And that can only mean one thing.
You know what's about to happen. It's what happens every year at this time. It's what we call the Mega Challenge!
For the Mega Challenge, Canada's worst drivers will be getting their last giddy up and go in our brand new Mustang, which has only been driven for 130 kilometers, but now looks like this. This year's Mega Challenge course is over 1 kilometer long. Tyler will show you how we do this year's
Mega Challenge! Is he rehabilitated? Let's see.
This year's Mega Challenge course starts off with a 60 kilometer an hour eye of the needle / slalom that Tyler is perfect on.
Good job.
That leads to a precision steering section.
Slow and steady wins the race, Slow and steady wins the race. Look at this guy. Oh. I was gonna say he was gold. Silver.
That leads to a concrete corral where drivers must get turned around.
There you go. You're out. You're out, dude.
From there,
I'm so proud of you that you're using both mirrors.
drivers are forced into a precision reverse section.
Could you have reversed through that before coming to rehab? Nope.
Tyler has come such a long way.
Yeah. Wow.
Good for him.
I am not Canada's worst driver. That.
Go.
Doing a 180-degree spin out is the next test.
Yes! Babe!
Wow, way to go, Tyler.
The final component is our icy corner.
I am not Canada's worst driver.
For Tyler's icy corner run, I want in.
Show us how, buddy. Show us how.
En route to the icy corner, there's 2 more eye of the needle arches to do, and Tyler's perfect.
55.
Before we took off, Tyler told me that if he passes the icy corner, he wants one of my shirts.
Yes! Woo! I'm getting a t-shirt. You gotta give me a t-shirt for that. Right? I did it!
Tyler had an exceptional run. And I will happily give him a shirt.
Maybe next time I should be the host of the show.
I don't know about that.
When we come back,
Oopsies.
Crystal and Daniela run the Mega Challenge.
I'm facing the right way.
You are.
Will Crystal apologize to me before she does her run on the Mega Challenge? She doesn't apologize. But I agreed to be in her passenger seat this morning because...
You ready to go? Yep. Let's do it.
Crystal's brother Steven was so offended by Crystal's behavior this morning, he refuses to be anywhere near her.
Look right away at how fast you're going. That's not even close to 60.
How fast?
You're doing almost 80.
Off, really?
Really? There is good news, though. Since coming off the start line,
Clearly, rehab has helped you.
Yeah, look at this. I'm backing up.
Crystal hasn't hit a single thing.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
You could wind up with one of the rarest of things, a perfect Mega Challenge run.
How will she do on the always difficult icy corner?
Slowing down, slowing down. Coming in here. Brake. Nope, not. I steered too much. You jinxed it.
I still want my apology. But I'm also proud of the help we've given Crystal.
Are you glad you came to rehab? Sometimes I worry.
Well, I think I'm a better driver a little bit, so that's important.
Daniela will be the final driver to do the
Mega Challenge!
When this run's over, we'll pull the engine out of the Mustang, sell it, and the body will be donated to science. Here's Daniela's Mega Challenge.
Looking where I want to go. I'm looking right through them. Oops. I don't know if I went around. Oopsies.
Daniela, out of 10, what were you as a driver when you came to rehab?
Like a 2 or a 3.
And now?
I'll be a good solid 7. Oops.
Or maybe a 6. Or 5 is fine as well. 5 is fine.
Thanks. Oops, that's okay.
perhaps even 5 is generous.
Oh, Daniela, what did you do wrong?
You did nothing right.
Off the brake. Oh, I did it. Whoa, what is it doing?
Daniela's mega challenge is the worst.
Well, I guess the only thing left to say is, sorry, Mustang fans. Another one bites the dust.
I didn't do that bad.
When we come back,
Stop!
Look up, look up.
Canada's worst drivers chauffeur me in public.
I'm gonna kill somebody.
Throughout their time in rehab, the finalists for Canada's worst driver have damaged or destroyed a dozen of our vehicles. Now, it's time for their ultimate test, driving me through the streets of Hamilton. And for that test, we're providing them with a very special automobile.
We got him a brand new Corvette, baby! Ridiculous. But we're not stupid. It's a rental.
Tyler, in his well-earned shirt, will drive first.
Oh, sounds sweet.
Feels okay?
Feels awesome.
And we're off, Tyler. We're off, buddy.
On this drive, I will say the name of a street.
You're gonna turn right onto Wellington Street North, Wellington.
It's up to the bad drivers to see that street.
I seen it. I was just looking.
Tyler didn't see that this street is Wellington, and now he's in the wrong lane.
So I missed my turn.
When drivers miss a turn, there's no penalty, but they have to make it back to the original street
And then I'm just gonna do a UE in here.
Okay.
and then make the turn they missed.
Okay, well, I want to go to Wellington. What did you say again?
You want to, Stop!
On this drive, we will be counting the infractions made by Canada's worst drivers. and the costs associated with them.
I'm so sorry.
And now you're stopped in the middle of the road. You can't. You're past the intersection.
Tyler!
To get back, Tyler has a good idea,
Kevin's gonna turn around here.
Okay.
but terrible execution. He enters the intersection, but instead of going when he can be the last car through, Tyler stops.
Oh, I'm gonna stop.
And that impedes the left-hand turn traffic. Once Tyler does get back on track, he runs another red. He runs a stop sign.
Now, did you stop at that stop sign?
No, I did not.
And he heads for the 403 highway.
We're gonna merge onto the 403 West Brantford.
Headed for the 403 highway, Tyler's in the wrong lane.
See it? 403 Brantford?
No,
How do you not see it? I'm pointing right at it. Look where I'm pointing, buddy.
I can't see it.
403 Brantford, the one right there, to the left.
Oh,
You see it?
no.
The 403 that says
is-
Brantford.
it's
So
303.
look to the left.
Oh, 403 Bradford. Oh. Okay, I got you now.
Tyler says he's got me, but he clearly doesn't.
West, 403 West.
Yeah, that one.
This one.
Would you? Whoa, okay,
No, no, no,
whoa.
no, no. Okay, whoa.
12 years I've been doing this gig. And it's not getting any easier.
You can go whenever you're ready. So let's just think about what's going to happen, because what's going to happen now is that you're going to merge onto the highway and you're
Okay.
only going 43
Yep.
kilometers an hour, and these cars are going 100. Focus on what you got to do, because it's merging time. Beautiful. You got totally lucky there, man. There's no traffic at all.
10 minutes of perfect highway driving later, Tyler's back in the city, preparing to do another left turn.
I was gonna go, but no.
You are way into the intersection, my friend. Almost done. What's Jana gonna say?
Well, we gotta keep everything I did wrong between me and you.
Everything Tyler did wrong could have cost him $1,090 in fines.
You know, babe, I think I passed.
Daniela makes a serious infraction headed for the highway.
Oh, it's yellow. Oh, I'm going. I don't know what to do.
Did we just run a red?
I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
Am I on the highway?
You are not on the highway because you haven't merged yet.
She'll be merging soon.
There you go. You're gonna get up to highway speed and you're gonna merge in.
Okay.
It's all fine. You're breathing, right?
Yeah. Well, now they're like not even moving today.
That's okay. We're gonna get in the middle lane whenever you like.
Daniela shoulder checks and takes the middle lane successfully.
See? Nothing to it.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
I want you to smile and tell me what you're thinking.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
Where are you looking?
I don't know.
Tell me.
I'm
Talk.
just looking at the guy in front of me.
Don't do that. Do what Tim talks about. Look far ahead.
What's the speed limit? Is it 90? I saw 90.
Well, if you saw 90, it must be 90 then. Do what Tim talks about. Do the driver commentary for me.
I don't know what these people are gonna do too, though.
That's why I want you to look
I need
around.
to get off.
Daniela can't get off the highway for about another 3 minutes. So,
What's right to our side?
I don't know.
Sure, look, it'll help.
I am encouraging her to move her eyes around so as to not get tunnel vision.
I don't want you to stare at what's dead ahead, because then you'll just get mesmerized by that.
Yeah.
This is good. Andrew's doing exactly what he should be doing to regain her focus.
You're looking where you want to go and you're relaxed, okay? Relax. Relax.
I just want them to go around me.
Our exit is approaching, which means Daniela has to change lanes.
So what are you gonna do?
Can I go now? Can I go now?
You can only go when it's safe.
Do I have to signal? What's the speed limit? What am I supposed to do?
Blinker.
I am blinking.
Hey, look. You have to look. You always
I'm
have to
going.
check. You can't just go, Daniela. You gotta look, and then you gotta shoulder check, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you can't
I need
not
help,
do that.
though.
Daniela's goal in rehab was to be able to drive alone on the highway.
Okay, can you help me, though?
And even though I coach her back home safely, she still needs help.
Could you do that by yourself now if we let you go?
No.
When we come back,
I think yesterday you were so unbelievably rude to me that just on a human level, before we go, I would actually appreciate an apology.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you're asking me to apologize to you for yelling at you yesterday when...
For calling me a piece of yeah.
Crystal does begrudgingly apologize. Then she takes me on her city drive.
2 hands on the wheel, please.
I don't like driving!
Relax.
I just want them to go around me.
The finalists for Canada's Worst Driver are on their final road test.
Whoa, okay, whoa. Okay, whoa.
And Crystal is bringing her cell phone along for the ride.
I see you got your phone.
Yes.
Why does she still have her cell phone? I mean, this is unbelievable.
What's equally unbelievable
This is Brock Street.
is that Crystal immediately runs a stop sign.
Checking for traffic.
You gotta stop at the stop signs, right? This is like a first test.
This is driver's test?
Yes. I don't know what to say. What's the speed limit here?
I don't know.
It's not 60.
Not marked in a residential 60.
No, it's 50, and you were going 63.
Crystal's next direction is to turn on
Bay Street South.
Left or right?
Look up, look up. What is that?
What? It said James Street.
No, it was a red light.
I did not run a red light. Oh my God, I didn't run a red light.
You ran a red light, Crystal.
I didn't run a red light, Andrew. It was red only when I was underneath it.
headed for McNabb Street. The sign clearly says to take the first left, not the second or the third. But Crystal follows the bus.
That's McNabb Street South over there. This one, bus only.
Trying to get back to that point, she attempts an ill-advised U-turn.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not driving anymore. I'm done.
Oh, up the curb.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I hate curbs.
I hate that Crystal is still gunning the gas pedal and hoping for good results, instead of driving smoothly and making turns she knows she can make.
I dented the rim.
Is it dented?
Yeah.
If you want to continue, we can, but you've got to make some serious promises about how it's going to go down.
Get in the car. We're going to do this without hope.
If you push me into the car, that is so not the way we're going.
Well, what would you like me to do?
I would like you to take a minute to chill.
Andrew really doesn't want to give up on her. I hope he's not going to regret this.
I'm not saying this about you. I'm asking a simple question.
Yeah.
Do you believe there are some people out there that just shouldn't drive, period, just because of the way their brains are wired?
What the does that mean?
I'm asking a question.
No, I'm not answering that.
You're going to answer?
No.
All right.
3 minutes later, Crystal says she's good to go. 3 minutes after that, we're stopped at a red light.
Oh, man, my urge to check my phone is really high.
Really?
Yep, because I'm stopped.
3 minutes after that, Crystal pulls over so she can take a selfie and post it on social media.
How many selfies a day?
A couple hundred, easy.
A couple hundred easy?
Yeah.
Headed for the highway, our Corvette gets challenged by an aggressive Camaro driver.
but I just want to race him.
Do you street race at home sometimes?
Yes, all the time.
All the time.
Merging onto the highway, as Crystal shoulder checks, she loses control of the car.
Stay in your lane. You're on the rumble strip.
My hat is going to blow off. You need to hold
I'll
that.
take
That's
it.
expensive
Yes,
hat.
absolutely.
This is a 90 zone.
And I'm speeding.
As a black truck pulls out to pass Crystal, she speeds up to prevent it.
And you're listing out of your lane, too. You want to stay in your lane. Don't gun it.
I gotta get away from the car.
Stop.
You're stressing me out.
Two hands.
Crystal's need for speed is triggered every time a car tries to pass her.
Sorry, I have to. I didn't have enough time, and I didn't want to be by him.
That is not the way Tim taught her to change lanes. Tim taught Crystal to drift slowly from lane to lane and to never cut anyone off.
This is like changing lane like my grandma.
Well,
I don't think I'll ever do that, Tim. Not gonna lie to you. I love you, but I'm never gonna change a lane like that. It's too slow.
What was that?
I changed lanes. I looked.
You missed him by what, 2 or 3 feet? Right? Don't do that. Let him go. How fast are you going?
108.
And it's a 90 zone.
Back in the city, I asked Crystal to stop tailgating, but she tells me that Tim was cool with it when she drove him.
Nobody taught me defensive driving. You're telling me things for the first time, and like you're expecting me to know what I'm supposed to do, and I'm telling you, no one ever taught me how to drive.
Slow down. Slow
I am slow.
down. Slow down.
I am slow.
Stop.
I am.
Stop.
I am. Here, stopped.
You go yourself. I'm done.
Where are you going?
I'm done.
So I'm supposed to drive this back?
Sure.
On my own?
Sure, or you can get in the camera car. But I'm done. That's that last corner and being yelled at, I'm done.
Whatever. I will drive it back myself.
Fine, I'll walk. Fine.
Crystal should have her license suspended for life.
I hate that guy.
When we come back, Canada's worst driver is named. Before we decide on who will be named Canada's worst driver, the experts and I will chat with the nominees. Starting with Daniela, who almost came unglued during her highway drive.
Talk me through that.
Oh, it was so scary. And then I just decided that, like, I was gonna die, and that was it.
You did have that thought?
Yeah, like, I feel like I'm gonna die.
Where are we at now as a driver? Because I don't think you can approach a highway by yourself.
Like, I could honestly kill somebody if you weren't there with me. Like, if I got stuck in the middle of the highway, I probably would have gotten in an accident.
Tyler was fine on the highway.
Do you deserve to graduate?
damn straight, you know? You guys see me from the beginning to where I'm at now, you know? I am not Canada's worst driver. Seriously. Because of you guys.
Crystal learned a lot from our experts, too. But she's now claiming that Tim and Philippe did not teach her how to drive defensively.
I'm shocked to hear you say that you haven't learned defensive driving from them.
You did do a great job in terms of helping me understand pedal control, helping me understand looking far enough in advance. But Andrew's yelling at me for being too close to the person in front of me, which we actually never talked about.
I didn't yell at you once on that drive.
Okay,
until
sure.
it was...
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
See, I didn't say no. I said yes.
I know, because it's true. And which is important that you don't just make up stories, like Andrew was yelling at me the whole time. It's not true.
Okay.
Are you glad you came?
No.
Because?
We all know who Canada's worst driver is. I just feel bad that Crystal didn't get the help she needed in rehab.
I think we all tried. in all sorts of different ways. We tried to engage her, we tried to support her. I don't think she was willing to take any of it.
Yeah, I don't know where that leaves us as educators. I just don't know. I just feel like we failed her.
I don't think you should feel that way. I'm just going back to my police experience, and there are some people in society that no matter what society has provided that have been given opportunities that don't take them. And the truth is, we did help her. She did improve in some.
That's true.
We did improve physical skills, but it's her mood swings and mental state that really is beyond our control and capability, maybe beyond anybody's. And there's lots of people like Crystal on the roads.
Well, we've reached the moment where I traditionally hand out the trophy for Canada's worst driver. This year, though, we're not going to do that. We're going to change things up a little bit, and I'll tell you why. You see, we're in the business of helping people and then celebrating that help. And as ironic as it sounds, usually the person whom we help the most is Canada's worst driver. So we then present them with the fun trophy, we all enjoy that, and it just makes sense. But this year, the person whom we help the most is actually our final graduate. So we decided we'd mix things up a little bit, and instead of calling this the Canada's Worst Driver Trophy, we've changed it to be the Final Graduate Trophy.
Yeah.
And the final graduate is Tyler! Of course it's you, hey? You're not Canada's worst driver, you're Canada's soberest driver, and you're a final graduate.
Yeah! Look at that!
You don't just get that, of course, you get your damn license back.
My license back.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Before coming to rehab, Tyler had a dirty, dirty habit.
This is the road I like to have at least a few beer so I can, you know, be more calm.
That's right. Tyler was a habitual drunk driver.
This is a prime example, you know, hitting a tree, you know, drunk.
When Tyler got to rehab,
Everybody at home, you know, drinks and drives.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
his drinking and driving was something we talked to him about every day.
My hope is that by the end of the show, you can commit to no longer driving under the influence.
We even had crew members talk to him about it.
When I was 7, my dad was coming home from work and was killed by a drunk driver.
It took a lot of pressure, but the message did get through.
Says no more drinking and driving. I am never going to drink and drive. I promise never to drink and drive again. I promise.
But then there was the whole other issue of his sober driving.
That was not fun at all, man.
Tyler is a terrible driver.
Oh, that was a epic fail.
Philippe helped him.
Look where you want to go.
Look where you want to go, yes.
Tim helped him.
We stop so that we can see the tires fully on the ground.
Fully, right?
Over the hood of the car.
That's awesome to know.
I helped him.
Do you see me out of your peripheral vision?
No.
No, and that's what we mean when we say blind spot.
And little by little, Tyler's driving did improve.
Yeah! Woot, woot. I did it, I did it.
In the end, Tyler certainly didn't become a good driver.
Stop, stop.
He isn't even good enough to be considered an average driver.
Whoa, okay, whoa. Okay, whoa.
But he did improve enough to be named this year's final graduate.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
You did so good.
This is from us.
Oh, that's
you.
a card for me?
Helping
Yeah.
us.
You're
Well,
totally
Through
welcome.
everything.
Mwah, give us the kiss.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Way to go, buddy.
Sir.
Love you guys.
Bye, guys. Love you guys.
Excellent. Well done.
Bye.
And then there were two.
I'll just skip right to it, Daniela. You're not Canada's worst driver. I'm sorry you didn't graduate, but there's your license back. That's yours.
Thanks.
And you can drive home. You're good enough to drive home. Just make sure that Chantel takes over before you get onto the highway.
That's the plan.
That is the plan, all right? Thank you so much for coming.
Daniela's goal in rehab
Now? Right now?
was to be able to conquer her fear of highway driving.
Now? Now? Yes! Get in the lane!
But when she got here, it quickly became evident that Daniela's fear of speed was deeper than we realized.
I'm at 70! I thought I did okay. It wasn't that bad.
No, you learned a lot. Like, I'm happy she came.
Not enough.
Daniela learned a lot about reversing.
This is what happens when you practice.
I did it!
But going forward, especially at high speeds, Daniela's brain just shut down.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, not with the I don't know. You can't still do the I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Daniela did learn enough to drive alone on the highway, according to Tim.
Are we okay? Are we safe?
I don't know.
But she wouldn't do it.
Would you feel confident maybe next time out just going by yourself?
No.
No?
No.
If I hadn't been with Daniela on her final drive,
Okay, can you help me, though?
it would have almost certainly gone bad.
I need to get off. Look, I'm 30 years old, and I can't even go on a highway. Stop. Oh.
Way to go, Daniela.
Thanks,
Take care.
bye.
Congratulations.
Okay, hurry up. Just get it over with.
I'll get it over with.
Okay.
Crystal?
Yep, I'm the worst driver.
Is she ever? Before coming to rehab, Crystal was the most dangerous driver we'd ever met.
That's a red light. What are
I
you
was
doing?
already in the road.
She ran reds.
I made it.
She ran stop signs.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
She was a speeder.
Crystal, you're going 150.
She road raged.
You.
And she was completely addicted to texting and driving. In rehab, Crystal was offensive.
You, Andrew.
She stormed off in unprovoked rages.
I'm not driving today!
And she constantly texted on challenge courses while behind the wheel of our cars, even though we begged her not to.
Are you for real?
What?
Are you texting while you're on the challenge course?
What? Everybody texts and drives. Everybody texts and drives. Everybody texts and drives.
We tried our damnedest to help Crystal with her physical driving issues.
Look across the top of the cars ahead of us.
Red lights.
Thank you.
That's how far you're supposed to look.
Oh, yeah.
And with her psychological driving issues.
My concern is that you will kill somebody.
I understand that that's your concern.
But you're not concerned about it.
No. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not concerned about it. I'm not gonna kill anybody.
But in the end,
It.
Crystal's worst trait proved to be unchangeable.
It. It.
No, never it.
I'm it.
Crystal simply doesn't care enough about safe driving to make the effort.
Could you get off your phone? I'm embarrassed, and I'm afraid that if she gets out there, she's gonna hurt somebody. Slow down.
I am slow!
Obviously, our messages haven't gotten through. Crystal is Canada's worst driver.
Yep, I'm the worst driver.
You learned a lot here, and you should be proud of that. We're proud that we taught you a lot. You just weren't able to take in enough to not be named Canada's worst driver.
That's okay.
We tried our best. What can I tell you? Buckle up, Alberta. She's coming home.
Like, I'm 30 years old and I can't even go on a highway.